Hello and welcome to Think and Link series. I am your host Srinivasan. When the first missiles struck the Iranian soil, the shockwaves weren't confined to the Middle East. They reverberated across the world, from oil fields to trading floors, from airports to shipping lanes. And today, we decode how a regional conflict became a global economic earthquake, point wise. So, point number one, the choke point at Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz, just 33 kilometers wide, carries 20% of world's crude oil and a fifth of global LNG, that is liquefied natural gas. Within the days of war breaking out, Iran weaponized this narrow passage. 6 tankers were attacked in a single week. 500 ships anchored, unwilling to risk passage. Insurance coverage collapsed. The takeaway, think of it as the heart of global trade suddenly clogged. Point 2, oil and gas shock. Oil prices surged past $140 per barrel. Analysts warned that at $150 if the disruption continues. European natural gas futures jumped 40%. Qatar declared force majeure after drone strikes on Ras Laffan. Saudi Aramco's Ras Tanura refinery shut down. The outcome? Storage tanks filled, forcing Iraq and Kuwait to cut production. Energy markets weren't just pricing risk anymore, they were pricing reality. Point number 3, shipping gridlock. 135,000 containers worth $4 billion stranded. Major carriers suspended Gulf bookings. Emergency surcharges hit $3,000 per container. Freight charges on Shanghai Jebel Ali doubled in 72 hours. India's basmati rice exports froze, 60,000 tons stuck. Gold and diamond imports stalled as Dubai airspace closed. So, these are the points. Let's go on to point number 4, the aviation collapse. Dubai International Airport, by far the busiest hub for international passengers, shut down. Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, Qatar all hit simultaneously. Losses during Ramadan season was upwards of $40 billion. Emirates and Qatar Airways face structural change, forcing them to rethink about their global dominance. Point 5, legal and financial fallout. Insurers pulled out war risk coverage. Force majeure notices triggered a contractual chaos. Freight forwarders were trapped between surcharges and fixed price contracts. And courts will soon have to scrutinize liability for years. Point number 6, the long tail. That means what is going to happen or what is likely to happen. So, even if the war ends quickly, rerouting via Cape of Good Hope adds 10 to 14 days per voyage. Brent crude could hit $200 per barrel if Hormuz stays closed. Now, global central banks may reverse rate cuts as inflation reignites. Analysts call it a short term shock with a long term transmission event. Now, rounding up, the missiles may stop, but the aftershocks in oil prices, shipping schedules, and inflation charts will ripple for years. As a wise man once said, all we can do is wait. That is the only thing markets can do at present, I guess. Let's hope the war ends quickly, though there isn't one in a million chance as we scan today's global landscape. That's all for now. Join me once again for another episode on finance and markets. Thank you and take care.